Greetings. My name is Peter Albright, and as discussion leader for Accessible Fellowship, I would like to present some thoughts about the current Harold Pruss Bible study. This week's lesson is lesson number 8, A Gentile Woman's Great Faith, based on Matthew chapter 15, verses 21 through 28. Now, I do recommend that you procure a study guide from our publisher. We don't get any funding from our publisher, and we will ask for no financial support from any of our participants, but we do recommend that you get a study guide. It's very helpful. To review the previous lessons, we had 4 weeks discussing Jesus' prayers on the evening of his arrest in Gethsemane. We followed that with a discussion of the implication of resurrection and another week on the role of repentance. Last week we talked about the golden rule as common ground for people of many different perspectives. This week's lesson, A Gentile Woman's Great Faith, is based on Matthew 15:21 through 28, which parallels the Gospel of Mark chapter 7, verses 24 through 30. Now, Jesus has been very, very busy, and the Bible tells us that he was looking for a break, a little bit of peace and quiet. In our discussion, we will put this whole narrative into sort of a big picture context. But here and now, I would like to address one specific facet. That peace and quiet was interrupted by a bold Canaanite mother. Matthew 15 records a pushy, disruptive, highly distressed Canaanite woman who is seeking a healing miracle from Jesus. She had every reason to think that she would not be a welcomed guest. She was a woman. She was a Canaanite. She spoke a different language, or at least she had a very foreign accent. The disciples stopped her at the door, but she just barged right in, forcing her way into a house that belonged to someone else, past unofficial guards. The whole time she was making a fuss. Jesus told his disciples to send her away, and then when she continued to fuss, he ignored her right up until the time that she fell at his feet and, begging for help, confronts power, a stranger, a man, a prophet. To make a tough situation worse, Jesus' first words to her were to call her a dog, which seems to be a pretty rude rejection. The Canaanite woman didn't disagree with him. In fact, she very graciously accepted the verbal abuse. Yes, I am a dog, and dogs eat crumbs off of the floor. She refuses to give up. She knows that Jesus can help her. Jesus honored her bold demonstration of faith. As you prepare for this lesson, here is something to think about. During Jesus' time on earth, many people said, I believe, in many different ways. And think about what the Bible tells us, how Jesus, while he was on earth, responded. How did he respond to wishy-washy statements of faith? How did he respond to tentative, conditional declarations of faith? How did he respond to declarations of faith that were pure bravado? I'm thinking, of course, of my namesake, Peter. How did he respond to faith accompanied by bold action. Today, Jesus is still hearing words of declarations of faith. Which kind of declaration of faith do you think he wants to hear from you? Our Salt and Light Bible study meets online by Zoom on Thursday mornings at 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're interested in checking us out, send me an email at accfell843@gmail.com, and I will gladly answer questions and send you a Zoom link so that you can join us. On behalf of Accessible Fellowship, I am Peter Albright, praying that your bold faith will bring you peace and blessings for you and yours. Thanks for being here.